What up, Upland?
She
Let's go.
from the hills of Barcelona to the digital street.
Yeah. All right, we here. We are here. Let's talk about racetracks. Let's talk about Los Angeles nodes. Let's talk about the Los Angeles City Park. We're going to talk about service structures. We're going to talk about Uppies and numbers through Uplytics. So we're going to talk about quite a few different things. So let's jump right into it. Hang in there. This is a deep dive into El Sereno, Los Angeles, as well as the whole Los Angeles big nodes. So all of the nodes that are registered with Uplytics and are larger, and that's been kind of putting in some work. We're going to dive into those numbers. So hang in there. This is a deep dive. All right, let's go. Now, we recently got a racetrack approved. Now, this is an important racetrack. You know, of course, all of the racetracks are important, especially considering how much spark it costs to build one. But this particular racetrack is dedicated to the business owners. So it's built around the business owners. Let's say it's built around the business owners. So you'll see that this is a small track. It's actually a go-kart track that goes up. You know, as you can see me tapping. Goes around here is a rectangle. But you'll see there's businesses all along that rectangle. And pizza service structures are coming in, and this guy got a Domino's on the corner. Would you believe how many offers I've made to him for this? Let's see how maybe. Yeah, I don't think he's activated his chat. Come on, man. Yes, I check in with him from time to time. I may make an offer on there and see, hang a little 100,000 in this thing and see if he accepts it. It's a nice corner unit. Anyway, back to the racetrack. So this is the racetrack. This is called the El Sereno Circuit. It was just finished construction last night. So take a look at it. Pretty standard. Did I put anything in there? Okay, nothing's in there. Alright, so the different businesses are built around here. You got we're gonna just shout out the community members, some community members while we're looking at the businesses that are over here. You got Lit by Taz Tafari, LTY2, listen to your talent. Let's see. Alright. So she got a nice setup for boosters and aerodynamic racing gear. Very nice. We got Blue Rain set up on the track right next to L.A. What up, y'all? Let's see what Blue Rain is selling. Oh yeah, exotic items, of course. Genesis general ignition block explorers and such. Of course, she's gonna have some nice stuff in her showrooms. Shout out to Leo. This is a newer Uplander. Doing her thing. Alright. Let's see what we got going on. Alright, so this is the racetrack. Look at this. Oh yeah, we ain't got a legit shop. We have hospital service structure right here next to a dentist's office. And let's see. Alright, we have a hospital right near a dentist's office. Right next to them. Very nice details in the dentist's office. Looks like they got an operating chair and a table for the dentist to sit on. Side by side activity. Very nice. Okay. So let's go to the numbers, y'all, which y'all came to talk about. Let's talk about some numbers. This is El Sereno. We're going to dive in here first. Alright, we got El Sereno. Let's dive in here first. Let's look at these numbers. Numbers are looking good. We got 7,900 properties available, or almost 2,000 buildings with properties with buildings already constructed. 2,000 in one neighborhood? Goodness. We got 30 completed service structures. Boom. What up? Real Node L.A, El Sereno, everybody over there that's building, getting those uppies. Properties with multiple buildings, 29, looking good. Home addresses, 72. Set your home address to El Sereno, Los Angeles. Let's get this. All right. So these are the numbers. They're looking mighty fine. Mighty fine, El Sereno, home of the Real Node L.A. Let's move around Los Angeles a little bit. Let's go to Toluca Lake, managed by TM. Toluca Lake, looking good. Not a whole lot of properties over there, just smaller node, and that's fine. So let's see how the ratios are. 9 service structures, that's good. Excellent ratio. Oh yeah, looking nice over here, man, especially because that's a small area. It's really built out properties with buildings. So these are close to 50% built out. That's pretty high. 40-something%, I guess. Very, very nice. Let's move on. Chatsworth. Chatsworth is managed by Obi-Wan. And Chatsworth is also known as Robot City. Let's see what we got going on over in Chatsworth, y'all. Alright, looking good. 10,000 properties, so he has significantly more than some areas. Let's see how that's working out. Looking good. Completed service structure, 27. Very good. Excellent. Oh, that's the wrong one. My bad, I was supposed to do that. I was supposed to do this.
Very well.
That's the soundboard betrayed me. Alright. No, excellent actually. Chatsworth looking good over there.
Very well.
See that there? Alright. Let's go on to the other area. Got Granada Hills. We got Hyde Park Ninjas. Go to the Hyde Park Ninjas and see how they look in Hyde Park. Can y'all hear me? 8,500 properties. 1,600 buildings already built. 19 service structures ready to go. 46 home addresses. Growing. I give you.
Very well.
All right, let's go. Let's look at some more communities. The last one in LA, Granada Hills. Okay, Granada Hills has about double properties of some areas. Of the large areas, 14,000 properties. Let's see. Properties with buildings, they're just over 2,000. Excellent. Completed service structures. This is the number. The total stake sparkler is good, but the number could change at the drop of a hat. Here's the number that doesn't change at the drop of a hat. Completed service structure 30.
Very well.
All right. Properties with multiple buildings. Yeah, they're doing good over in Granada Hills. Granada Hills is managed by Metaverse Miller. He does the YouTube videos. What up, man? All right, so that was a pretty deep dive. Look at this. Y'all remember Kingdoms? Keep this up from time to time. Just looking here and see how we're looking. I think a whole lot changed. This is a layer 2 that's kind of gridlocked where no people don't play it that much, but only if you mess with them, then they're forced to play it. It's kind of like because it's still going, so you don't want your account to get trashed because you're not playing it, but you just play it more passively. This is a very passive playing layer 2 game. Let's jump out of here. All right, back into the deep dive. What are you going to talk about? What up? Let's see. We did the numbers. Now, server structure hotspots. Let's just talk about some hotspots. We were able to get in contact with Chainwreck and get him to set up a high school right in the core area of El Sereno. So that's excellent. We got people contributing on his build, and his should be done in 39 days. Looks like this is fully staked out. This is fully sparked up. So imagine that you fully stake out a building and it still takes 40 days. That's all right. So that's a hot spot. This is this property right here. I try to keep it kind of like state, like governmental buildings, sort of like local and state government. So you got the police station, the courthouse, fire department, some other sort of administrative function that they'll bring in that I can fit there. It can't fit too many different things, but it'll be fit something. Got some nice service structure hotspot. Service structure. We already have 30, so let's look at some real quick. Right at the core, this is and you have to look up the term node because this is one core of the real node. Cores spread, nodes spread. This is one core. Look at that. That is good. This is OG's gym. It's not my gym, but it's on the Ithaca Run race course. Look at that. Look at the gym side view. And that's one thing we got to remember. Upland, the technology we're using is a futuristic technology, and I say it so. I don't want to seem like I'm saying it lightly, but imagine computers processing all of these 3D objects at once. They can't process them all at every possible angle, so some drop off. But I imagine computers in the future will be able to show you the whole view from here without dropping off. So if I it'll disappear and the memory will struggle. And that's just memory issue because it acts different on the PC. But as you can see, when you kind of let it patiently, then structures will load. But eventually, when quantum processing comes in, you'll be able to see probably all of the structures quite a ways out, at any angle where you can just kind of whip through and, like that, and then they're just there, as opposed to kind of loading gingerly, depending on your device. All right, so covered some server structure hotspots. Just remember to put as many server structures on multiple properties as you can. Look at this. Shout out to Adobo, a new being who has the Adobo show. I call him Adobo because he's the founder of the Adobo show. But shout out to him for, look at this. This is trackside along the Ithaca One race course. You got a hot dog stand with a apartment structure as well as another living quarter and some cool map assets and transportation. So this area is set up. Some Uppies is going to love this area right here by itself just because of what's going on. All right. So speaking of, we're covering a few outstanding neighbors. A new being one of them. Let's cover some more neighbors that are just doing some big things in El Sereno. A lot of orange dots. Turn them on. Got me. There it is. There it is. Got me a little lost. All right. We got Blue Rains, Blast Variety, legit. There's some nice stuff in her stores. I think if you ever over here shopping, you do yourself the service not to peek in, because she's very competitive and active with her prices. So pay close attention to the stuff she's selling. Sometimes she'll just sell it at a crazy low price because it's just how she feels that day. So stay alert on her store. And shout out to Digi. Look at him. He's building all across El Sereno. But Digi, he's been around with Real No for a long time. He helped us with so much stuff with um, scripting, and he's a scripter, man, programmer. He knows it all. So shout out to Digi. And let's see what else. Y Connect. What up, Y Connect? He was somebody who I recently reached out to, and he started building like fire up in El Sereno. You know, a lot of these are his over here, the ones that are under construction, as well as these service structures down here. That's him down there building, doing his thing. And let's see, make sure. And shout out to, last but not least, well, two more. Shout out to Sergeant Loco, who's doing a lot of building in the Real Node, as well as Wolf Warner, doing a lot of building in the Real Node, service structures, doing service structure crazy. And shout out to, look at Zach Towner. Before there was Police Station, there was Zach Towner. Look at that. Look at that. Before there was Police Station, there was already Police Station. It was already on it. This is the first police station in Upland. A lot of firsts happened over here. All right. Shout out to Zach Towner, who's building like crazy. And before we leave, anybody know? Hold on. There's a guy who has this big property right in the heart of the Real Node, L.A. Look at it. Anybody know this guy? Anybody know him? All right, all right, all right, all right. We need you to come back, man, and build something amazing over here. What could he build? How many service structures do you think could be fit on this property in a logical way? Just not scramble jambled on there, but where Uppies could actually walk through and see it, and it looks like a shopping outlet. You probably fit a lot of service structures on there. I'm thinking 30 of them, a whole lot, 30 to 50, if they laid out neatly. All right, what did we miss? All right, outstanding neighbors, the Los Angeles City Park. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Los Angeles City Park. That's when we kind of all come together and build out this amazing park. It's historical. Let's talk about it. Let's see where we at. Let's get to it. Let me give you some heads up and some details on it. This is the park where the whole LA comes together. Let's see.
Thunder! 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 Thundercats!
All right, I hope that didn't blow your eardrums out. This is the park where we all come together and build. So the latest from Upland, we're still waiting for them to mint out this property with a mayor account. So they got to make the property mintable, and then they got to create a mayor account that can go in and mint the property. And then we'll be able to go in and decorate it, and then the competition begins. As a reminder, anybody that's donating map assets to this park, remember, if anybody is donating map assets to this park, remember, those map assets are gone. Because once we lose mayor access, The login will go into someone else, and those map assets will be gone. So count them out. Don't bring anything to the park that you're not willing to lose, but just keeping in mind that this is your chance to be a part of history. This is your chance to be a part of history.
Very well.
So we're gonna jump in and you want people a few years from now to be able to say, "Oh, what's that map asset?" And then it's for sale at your store. You like at your store. You're like, "Yeah, I seen this map asset at the park. Let me buy this." It adds a little bit of notoriety to the map asset. So we're gonna be bringing in map assets, but just remember they're gone once you contribute them. All right, but just hold off. Don't reserve them for me. You want to reserve them for the mayor account. So once we get the mayor login access, you want to reserve those map assets directly for the mayor of Los Angeles. And then I'll log into that account. But that'll be explained in the future. We don't have any information on that right now. All we can see is superstars are building along the park. This park is the south side. Has the El Sereno Circuit race course running along it. The north side of it has the Little Y Raceway Speedway running along it. So it's surrounded by speedways and people that's building all around it. So it's going to be fun, y'all. Let's get it. Next. 3D spaces. 3D spaces, y'all. 3D spaces are not gone entirely. They're not gone forever, and they're not gone entirely. What I mean by that is we're still working on it and developing a better use case scenario to make them fun and practical. We want to use the 3D space that the majority of people have access to, and that's actually fun to be inside. And to be honest, the 3D space that rings out the most is going to have to be spatial. Let's see if we can get this thing to load. All right. So this is the 3D spaces that ring out the most. So we're going to go back and we're going to revisit spatial, revisit why we were utilizing them and what were the use cases. You remember this? We actually took the time to map out the whole El Sereno. Moon Unit did that. Shout out the Moon Unit. But it mapped it out, and what we did was we brought in the whole El Sereno into Unity game design software. So we were able to use our map assets in ways that we haven't been able to use before. But the next phase of this is going to be something on a whole nother level. So just hold on. We're always pushing technology to the limit. This one actually pushed technology to the limit. But we're gonna keep pushing it to see what it can do, and so we'll stay tuned on these 3D spaces. Back to Upland. All right, so we're about to wrap up here. Just remembering that. Look at that. There are properties all across Los Angeles. I'm thinking every node all across. But you want to have some properties in El Sereno. Look, El Sereno popping. I'm gonna keep it real with you. We're gonna keep pressing and building, and pushing this technology to the max and seeing what it could do. Now that AI is here. See, when we got into Upland, there was no AI. We were doing this stuff without even thinking that AI would ever be able to assist us. Now AI is writing script for us. So it's almost like sometimes your imagination is getting different, y'all. So just hang on. All right. Anything else before we jump out of here? Let me see. Shout out to the builders. We got this is our 5th racetrack. We're waiting to be activated. But once the 5th racetrack will be in the runnings of having 5 racetracks in our community. Right now, we already have 4 racetracks, 3 sanctioned with the URL, and we're waiting for our 5th racetrack to be active. And our 5th racetrack is the El Sereno Circuit. All right. So until the next time, look at this. Whoa, I was ready to jump out of here. Look at this. Check out the One Alpha race course. This is our second go kart track. Our first go kart track is Little Wild Raceway by J Buds. Shout out to J Buds for building up that track. And check out One Alpha Speedway. All right, let's jump out of here. Anything we forget to add? Let's see. Talk about everybody. All right, y'all. Until the next time, we're building up LA. Don't spread thin. If you spread thin, then spread thin, but make it strong. But we're building up LA. El Sereno, aka home of the real no LA.
From the hills of El Cerrito to the digital street, brick and mortar needs some adversity.